Good evening to whoever you are, from wherever you're watching from. My name's Josh. Thank you for stopping by. Tonight I'm sipping on a little Redbreast 12 cask strength. This is an Irish whiskey. That is just this beautiful. It tastes like if you go to Texas Roadhouse, that cinnamon honey butter they bring out with the rolls. This is what this tastes like in a whiskey. So cheers. All right, so I've been really excited for this video since I decided I was going to do it, because I always loved watching this this concept done by other fragrance reviewers, and that being your starting lineup. So for those who aren't aware, your starting lineup traditionally is 6 fragrance categories, like situational categories, and what fragrances that you choose to wear, what you reach for in those categories, okay? And it just kind of gives you an idea of what people are wearing and what people reach for, and it's just cool. I enjoy it. So your first category is your signature scent, or dumb reach, meaning, you know, when you don't know what else to wear, especially when you start amassing a large collection, when you don't know what else to wear, this is what you reach for. Something that's tried and true, something that yeah, you know it's going to get the job done for you. Your second category is your work scent. Your third category is your night out, clubbing, going to the bar, anything when the sun's down. That's that situation. 4, you got your close encounter, your cuddling with your significant other, your cozied up, cuddled up scent. 5, you got your daring scent. This is the one that you're going to wear for you and for nobody else. This is one that may be considered challenging, one that is not mass appealing, one that may get some head turns and not in a good way. All right. And then lastly, 6 is your upscale suit and tie. You want to smell regal. You want to smell like royalty. That scent, okay? So for me, you know, this is my starting lineup for fall and winter of 2023. Okay, now this fragrance here, I've had it in my collection. This is either the first or second fragrance I ever bought, okay, when I started collecting in high school, and I've had it ever since. I will always have it in my collection as long as there are bottles available, and that is the Medusa Head, Versace's Pour Homme. All right, this is, I mean, just a nice, crisp citrus, slightly soapy, fresh linen. Gets compared to Chanel L'Homme Sport, and that's definitely warranted. For me, this is where in Chanel L'Homme Sport, where this, if you think of the citrus, you think of that as round, think of that as circular, you know, smooth, rounded off. Think of this as a little more sharp, not necessarily like unrefined, just sharper, with that lemon, with that citrus up top. This lasts a long time on my skin. Absolutely love this fragrance. So that is Versace's Pour Homme. It will always be in my collection, like I said. This is the fragrance I recommend to friends when they want something, you know, they want to buy their first bottle of cologne, or you know, I always ask them if they want something fresh and clean, or like, you know, real masculine and spicy, or, you know, robust. And they always say fresh and clean for the most part, and this is one I recommend to them. So Versace's Pour Homme, can't go wrong. Next is my work scent. Now, I don't work in a typical work environment like you would, you know, when you think work scent, you're thinking going to an office, something light, clean, inoffensive. And for some people that is the case. They work in the office. I don't. I work mostly by myself, because I drive a truck and deliver product to grocery stores, convenience stores, gas stations, so on and so forth. So I'm usually out there by myself, so I can kind of wear what I want and not too worried about offending people. But then again, I do have to smell it all day, and I am, you know, working, so I'm moving, you know, building up my body heat, and so it's going to be kind of in my face. So I do have to, you know, be careful. And for this fall and winter, I've really been reaching for this a lot, just because I just got my fragrances, put out onto like a bookshelf, and they're all kind of organized. But this house I'm living in right now, I've been here for about 2 years, me and my wife, and for some reason I just never unpacked my fragrances when we moved in, and there was only a couple that were sitting out, and this is one of them, and so that's why I reached over for it so much. But this is Cuba Gold. This is that Le Male. I think this actually came out first. So this is that lavender, vanilla, mint DNA. That's that Le Male is very famous for. Yeah, so far this fall and winter, so far going to work, this is what I've been wearing. It works, man. It's super inoffensive. It's pleasing to the nose. It's a classic scent profile. For your night out, clubbing, going to the bar, I'll admit that's not something I do a ton, but when I do, especially in this fall and winter that I've gone out so far, you really can't go wrong with this, because you're not going to be smelling like a lot of other people. A lot of people don't know about this fragrance. If you're just talking about your mass, your general public, you're going to smell a lot of Acqua di Gio's. You're going to smell a lot of guys wearing Fierce. You're going to smell 1 Million. You might probably smell them all. But for me, this is actually a combo, but it is from Thierry Mugler. You got Angel Men layered with Pure Malt. So, Angel Men, you got patchouli, you got dark chocolate. It smells like brownies baking in the oven, especially on the dry down. And then up top, you got that signature tar note that a lot of people don't like. It's very polarizing, but I absolutely love it and adore it. And it is really fucking strong. So be careful on the sprays. But you're going to cut through a lot of other fragrances when you're in the club. When you're around a bunch of people, especially if you're dancing, and if you got if you're, once again, your body heat's kind of radiating. This is really going to pump off your skin. So I do a couple sprays of this, and then I will do maybe, let's say if I do 2 sprays of this, I'll probably do about 4 of Pure Malt, because Pure Malt is that same DNA, except you got the whiskey and berries on top of it, and it's just a magical combo. So that is Angel Men and Angel Men Pure Malt. So on the close encounter, intimate, cuddling up with your significant other. Also from the house of, I have two on this category, but from the house of Thierry Mugler, this is Pure Havane. The reason I love this so much is it has that same DNA, that dark chocolate patchouli going on, but you have the tobacco and honey and cherry up top. And I tell you, there have been so many times where I've worn this on like a sweater or a hoodie or something, like sprayed it onto the fabric, and found that hoodie the next day or 2 days later and just smelled it. It's just the most comforting, warm. It smells like a hug. I don't know how else to describe it. It smells like a hug, and it just really works in that situation. So that is Pure Havane, and it's not as strong as like the original Angel Men Pure Malt either. Like neither of them are as strong as Angel Men, so it's not going to choke anybody out when they get up close to you. Also, for the close encounter, this was a fragrance hyped to the moon, and I have to say it's warranted because I haven't smelled anything ever like this, and I really do enjoy it. But that is from Carolina Herrera. That is CH Men. This is the original with the red tab. I think the other one has the new one has like a patch somewhere in the corner. But this is the old bottle. This is, think like raw cane sugar. It almost has a greenness to it. Think a nice polished leather. It's not heavy. It's not a leather fragrance by any means. But just think like a nice, I don't know, like maybe like you're harvesting cane sugar and you're putting it into a leather pouch, okay? And then you got some fresh cut grass. it's pretty close to the skin for me. It doesn't project super heavy. But in that situation, that's what you want. You want something that's going to sit a little closer to the skin because they're going to be close to you. They're going to be able to smell you just fine. And they're not going to be, giving a headache about this. So it's really pretty. I don't think you can find this ball anymore, unfortunately, but I use it sparingly for that reason. All right, on to my daring fragrance, okay? Once again, I have two for this, and it's actually funny because they're from the same house. Both from Andy Tower, and I don't know if this is just I haven't smelled many other fragrances from him, but I know the two that I got fit the bill for me. And this is from Andy Tower, Lair du Desert Marocaine and Lone Star Memories. All right, so I think the reason for me, but first off, both these fragrances are super unique. They're super different. There's nothing that I know that smells anything like them. For Lair du Desert Marocaine, I think the reason for that is because I'm from Tennessee, okay? I've been here all my life. I don't know shit about the Moroccan desert or what the air there smells like. I don't know what the northern African desert smells like, okay? It's kind of like the first time I tried curry. It was something that, I'm not used to eating a dish where coconut milk is the base and it's warmed up and you have all these different spices. It's just a shock to the American, Tennessee palate of mine. Same way here. This is just so different from anything that you're going to smell in any department store, you can buy. It's readily available. It's so different. And it's really damn strong, too. So, there's another part of it. This is going to fill a fucking room. But I find it very beautiful. I find it super artistic, and that's why I love it so much. And it grows on me every time I wear it. So that is Lair du Desert Marocaine. And then on to Lone Star Memories. So Lone Star Memories has this, once again, it's very different from anything that I've smelled before. There is a DNA with Andy Tower, from what I've smelled in these and from what I've heard of other fragrances. There's this underlying current in all of his fragrances. But for me, this is this minty, like frosted glass, sassafras, root beer, birch beer kind of smell. Back with some vanilla, some sweetness. But when you first spray this on, the nozzle really doesn't give it justice to how it smells when you first spray it on. Because when you first spray it on, I'm almost hit with this tobacco spit note. Like if you've ever been around if your dad dips or your friend dips and you that a bottle of dip spit and you just or if you dip and you go up to the nozzle or to the nozzle, go up to the top to spit, that smell you kind of get this. That's kind of what you're getting on first spray here, but that quickly kind of dissipates. If you can get through that, it actually opens up to a really nice, beautiful, like I said, minty, chilled root beer fragrance, and super unique, and I love it. So that is Lair du Desert Marocaine and Lone Star Memories from Andy Tower. All right, now, last but not least, this is my upscale suit and tie, want to smell regal, like royalty. I've actually got 3 for this one because I really couldn't decide between them. These are the fragrances I'm usually having to decide between whenever I'm about to go out. The first one, this is from Paris Corner, and this is a clone of Bois d'Argent from Dior. This is Bois d'Orez. Okay, this is this beautiful honeyed iris, slightly powdery. Just smells like money. I don't know how else to really describe it. It's beautiful. It's soft. Super elegant. Smells super refined. Yeah, and I only ever owned a sample of Bois d'Argent, and that scent memory is locked in. So when I saw this for $25, $30, I grabbed it, and I was not disappointed. It smells exactly what I remember Bois d'Argent smelling like. So that is Bois d'Orez from Paris Corner. Next, we got one of the goats in the fragrance world, and that is probably one of my top 5 fragrances of all time. This is Dior Homme Intense. This is not the 2020 on. This is the original Dior Homme Intense. This is that powdery iris lipstick makeup bag, cosmetic bag smell, backed with, this is cocoa, chocolate. It's really just hard to describe how good this is, and it's a damn shame, in my opinion, that they have reformulated and done away with the iris, because it was so damn good. I've got Dior Homme, Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Sport, Dior Homme O. I love that scent profile. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. Got tons of compliments on this one, and I feel super confident when I wear it because I know I smell damn good. And lastly, number 3, in the upscale royalty regal category. This is a newer acquisition for me, but this is from Nasomatto, and this is either Pardon or Pardon. All right, this is, I almost put this in the daring category because it is slightly daring, because once again, I don't know anything else that smells like this. You're not gonna smell like anybody else. Nobody's gonna smell like you, especially if you live in a small town. Nobody's gonna smell like you wearing this. This is this loud, but just absolutely tailored and prim and proper oud chocolate sandalwood with some magnolia in the top. I don't know. Sometimes I'll just spray this on myself after a shower and just sit there and smell it because I enjoy it that much. I get a lot of pleasure just from this scent alone. So yeah, so guys, that is what I'm wearing for this fall and winter in those situations. That's my starting lineup. Obviously, I'm going to wear other fragrances on different days. I'm not going to be just sticking to these alone. But these are kind of my first go-tos. You know, these are what come to mind when I think of those situations for the fall and winter of 2023, of what I got in my collection right now. So thank you guys so much. Peace out.